What is your favourite standout performance in the first half of this film? Because obviously we're introduced to so many of the characters and we're introduced to so many of the kids, but also the teachers, and we stay with them for the entirety of the film. So we kind of have to fall in love with them straight away.
Yeah.
So who do you remember falling in love with the quickest?
Ron.
Ron.
It was Ron for me, man. He's the heart a lot of this. And yes, you get to see it through Harry. It's Harry Potter's story. Yes, absolutely. But Ron being there and having a solid friend like Ron from the moment they meet, they're just in. And you could tell the kid has a great heart. And, you see his brothers. So it's Ron for me.
So Rupert Grint is like your favorite. He's very funny.
Yes.
He's just so natural. His comic timing is excellent.
That's what was kind of blowing me away. Even as a kid, as young children, they're nailing this.
Yeah.
And that had to be an incredible experience, man.
And also, I guess, because there are so many amazing British character actors in this, it's kind of like, you mentioned Alan Rickman earlier as being just so incredible. I think for me, maybe Hagrid. I think Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid was the one who encompassed exactly what I read in the book. Like so exactly. It was so perfect. His performance, the casting of it, everything, the movements, what he was wearing, he was just my imagination come to life on the screen. Whereas with the others, I was like, oh, okay, this is a different interpretation, but I love it. Or Hagrid was just perfect for me.
This is the all-stars of UK actors.
Yeah.
All of them are.
And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as the series goes on.
Yeah.
Everybody who is anybody who's been in Harry Potter.
Yeah, man.
So we've been talking about the kids on set. I feel like it was maybe such a risk when they first cast these three characters, right? Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint. They had no idea how this combination was going to work and last across like 10 years. And yet, I think we can really feel like the bond and the pull between them. Why do you think they work so well together? How do you think they balance each other out?
Man, it makes me want to give a lot of credit, not only to them as the actors, but maybe Chris Columbus, like him being able to set the tone day one, first film of what was going to end up being a 10-year run.
Yeah.
Whatever tools he gave those three to look at this as a marathon, not a race. This is going to be a long haul, guys. And you see it, you feel it, the camaraderie and the genuine love between the three of them.
I think what they get so right is the kind of balance between them all, because Daniel Radcliffe, I keep staring off in this direction because there's like a portrait of the three of them like just behind you on set, and I keep like being drawn to their faces.
Yeah.
But because like Daniel Radcliffe playing Harry is kind of supposed to be almost like the straight guy, right? He's the thing that everything happens to. He has to react. He's the hero whose journey we're following. And then Rupert Grint gets to be kind of really wacky, and he's the one that's like eating all the time, and he has like these little fun quirks always. And then Emma Watson as Hermione, I think those two feel like they are so in sync. Like I feel like there isn't much of a line between Emma Watson and Hermione. I feel like they are the same. And just like having like the thirst for knowledge and wanting to be the best, but also just like supporting the other two as well. Just kind of, I think like she's the one who rounds them out and like smooths everything over and makes them function.
Yeah.
I feel like actually the two just by themselves rubbing along actually wouldn't function nearly as well.
Listen, the dynamic duo of just Ron and Harry is a completely different story.
Yeah, it is.
My opinion. It's a completely different way to look at it. You need Hermione there to, as you said, like rein them in.
They had to do such an incredible job, such long days. For many of them, I think it was like their first time on a set, especially like the wider ensemble. Cleo, you were a child actor. So when you watch this film, can you put yourself in the actors' positions? Do you remember what those like days on set was like for you, and what it was like working with a team of other kids as well, like having a band?
So this film came out in 2001.
Yeah.
Holes happens in 2003. So just right around the corner. So I had watched this, seeing these kids tell this story, and knowing that I had been on set, knowing the sheer amount of work that went into do a film this massive was something completely different I had never experienced. For us to do Holes, 2003, we're in the middle of the desert, 110-degree weather every single day. Like it was a whole different experience. When I look back on it all, man, I can't imagine what it was like to be them and have this responsibility to tell this story these characters for the long haul. I think that's something that should be commended from everybody that was involved, because they did it. Like, they accomplished the goal. It's a completely different experience. And I will say this as well, like, you see Hogwarts and it's literally all kids.
Yeah.
All kids, not just the 3. Like, it's all kids, the extras, everyone else in the classroom, it's kids. With Holes, you know, it was myself and the main D10 crew was really the only kids. Everyone else had just hit 18.
Okay.
So it wasn't a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But that, I'm sure, was a different experience because even for them, like, you want to go play. Yeah. Like, this is a professional job. You're an actor, but you want to go play.
Sure.
You want to be on set and having a good time. And I can only imagine what it was like at that time to understand the responsibility.
We always talk about the trio and their relationships and, you know, their bond with each other. Does it really bond you an experience like that, where you are sort of taken out of a comfort zone and put into this really strange environment?
Yeah, it does. It does, because it's all of you going through it all together, you know? And it's running the scenes, it's the rehearsals, it's the late nights, you know, like, it's a whole totally different experience. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters, they don't know anything about this, but the people on this set with you and this experience you guys are having, you guys will have that forever. You know who I'm really curious, I would love to hear more stories from? The parents.
Yeah.
I would love to, because they had
the
to
chaperones,
watch. They had to watch their children be there and create this amazing story. I would love to hear it from their perspective.
It's a really good point.
Yeah, because when you're the kid, you're just there. Yeah. You know, I have conversations with my mom all the time of things I completely forgot, but she remembers it in certain ways.
She's logging it.
She's got it all. She's got the props, the photos. She's got it all. So, yeah, I would love to hear.
She's really proud.
Yeah.